Hello, everyone. How are you? This is Shell. Before I introduce our special guest, I want to just introduce myself in case you're new. I'm Shell Dransart. I am the photographer behind Wildflower Studio Soulful Photography, as well as Women's Empowerment Coaching. And I just want to say happy May. It's a new month. And I wanted to start off this beautiful month with something new, which is an interview. I want to start interviewing inspiring women who also love women's empowerment. And so we have a wonderful person here today. I want to introduce Rachel Cooley. Hi, Rachel. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Rachel, but she's awesome. And I just want to say, even before I tell you how amazing she is, she just did the most beautiful little meditation before we pushed record. And I'm so grateful. I was feeling a little nervous and she just cleared that right up.
Awesome. I love it.
Yes. So let me just tell you a little bit about Rachel. She is an angel certification trainer, an angel therapy practitioner, a certified spiritual counselor, and an angel mentor who helps women reconnect with their divine guidance and angelic support so they can thrive on a whole new level in life, which is amazing. And she'll tell us more about that. Rachel's also a co-author of the book 365 Days of Angel Prayers, which has uplifting, healing, and comforting prayers for every day of the year. And she's a prolific she has a prolific YouTube channel. I'm going to have to check that out, where she shares her weekly angel card reading videos. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. And Rachel also has her angelic guidance certification program, where she certifies emerging healers, intuitives, light workers, soulpreneurs, coaches, and feminine leaders to activate their power, healing, and guidance of the angels in their lives, and then bless the lives of their clients. Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yes.
And for the last 24 years, Rachel has been working with women who desire divine blessings in the lives and emerging healers, light workers, spiritual entrepreneurs, coaches, and feminine leaders ready to thrive in their purpose-driven business. Yay! Yay! Rachel, you're amazing.
Oh
my gosh. Michelle. Yes. Oh my gosh. It's so wonderful to have you. So thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me here and for spending this time with me. I'm so thrilled to be here today and to bring all that we're going to share today to your wonderful group and, all the blessings that are here for us. I'm so excited.
Yes, we've never met in person, but we've known each other for about a year.
Yes.
Through the internet, through a women's business program. And I've always loved your energy. You've always just been radiant with your energy and you have the best just energy vibes.
Oh, thank you so much, Shell. I really appreciate that.
Awesome.
You're pretty awesome too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, I know you help women seeking spiritual upliftment and empowerment. I would love to hear how you came to do that.
Yes, I would love to share about it. And again, thank you so much, Shell, for interviewing me today. I'm so happy to be here with you. Yes, so it's a great question because not everyone has this path that I'm on, right? It's unique. So I'd love to share about how I got started. And when I think back to how I really got started, it really was with my mom. My mom started seeking out spirituality in her life to help her to release fears and worries and stress and just to sort out some stressful things that had happened in her life. And so she started taking spiritual classes and started going to spiritual bookstores and buying books. And then she'd be coming home and she'd be reading the books and sharing them with me. And initially it was brand new. I was like, well, this is interesting. This is different. And then she started sharing it with me more and more. And there were times when I was feeling really stressed out and worried. And then she brought me support with what she was learning. And that really inspired me. Isn't that awesome?
That's so awesome. Yes. Because a lot of people, they have to find this on their own if they find it at all. So that's
right.
Right.
Exactly. So I'm really grateful that my mom just had that drive to seek out spirituality, to seek out truth and light. And sort her life out. And then the blessings that came forward are amazing. So she took me to some spiritual talks, and then I started getting into spirituality, and then I started inviting her to some local spiritual talks, and it was so cool. And I studied A Course in Miracles also on my path.
Very cool. How old were you when all this started?
Yeah, well, when it all started, it was like in my late teens, she started like taking some spiritual classes, but it was more in my early 20s that when I came back from college,
Yeah.
but I started paying more attention to what she was learning. And I started just talking to her more about it. And like, she started supporting me with what she was learning. And that really inspired me. Okay. And I remember when I first started studying A Course in Miracles, I think I was like around 30. So it was a number of years later, but I was definitely into spirituality. And then it went from there. I started attending a non-denominational church called Unity. Mm-hmm. And then also I'd love to share, Shell, the angel thing, when I graduated from college, I went to UC Santa Barbara.
Me too.
You did? Oh my gosh, we just learned something new. We're gauchos. So cool. So when I graduated, a friend gave me a little deck of angel cards.
Oh my gosh.
And I wish I had them by my side right now so I can show them to you, but they were the sweetest cards. They still make them. And I think they were the original cards, and they were small. They almost look like fortune cookie size, like long and thin. And then it had one word on it with a little angel. And I don't remember who gave it to me, but it was around the time I graduated from college, and I love those cards. And I would go to them when I was feeling stressed out. And I took them on a trip to Europe that I went on in 1992, my first trip. And I sought those cards out at times when I was feeling stressed on my trip, and they helped me so much.
Wow.
So those are like some elements of like how I got it started on my path. And this theme of angels just kept coming in to my life. And I started getting gifted angel books from other friends. So the angels were letting themselves be known in my life before I really went on my path with them in 1999.
Wow, I love hearing that. And it's so fun. We have a lot in common, not just the UCSB, but I was introduced to all the kind of metaphysical stuff way early on by my grandma.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. And so it was really funny because even in high school, I'd have people over and I would read the I Ching, or I would do like tarot readings on them, or, my grandma would take me to like goddess retreats and things like that.
Nice.
But, I didn't really get into it on my own so much as like in my 20s, I was really like, okay. But I feel so lucky just to have that, that support that's like be connected spiritually,
yes.
It's a gift. So I love that about your history.
That's so cool. I agree. It's such a gift. And it's so interesting. You mentioned the I Ching, because that was one of the things that my mom learned was the I Ching, a way of divination tool, right? From ancient China. Mm-hmm. And there was a few times when she helped me out when I was really stressed out about some relationship stuff, like when I was dating, and we would do some I Ching throws, and then they were the messages that came back were so right on. And I remember I was just like amazed at how accurate it was.
It's so fun. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. I haven't done it forever, but it's making me go, oh, I should pick that back up again. That's so fun. Yeah. I do love angel cards though. Those are
they are great. Yes.
And the thing I love about angels and the vibration and also angel cards is that it's not one of those things that it's just always, it feels uplifting.
Yes. Yes.
I've done some tarot readings and sometimes I'm like, ooh,
yeah.
But the angel cards always just feel like, okay.
They're safer. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. I agree. And then just to finish up my story of how I got started, Shell, it was in 1999 that I had recently gotten out of a dysfunctional relationship. Who can relate to that?
Yes.
Before I met my husband that didn't serve me at all. And this was with a relationship where he didn't support my spirituality. And I realized, well, that was one lesson. Moving forward, there's no way I can be with someone who doesn't support me in my spirituality. But it was when I got out of that relationship soon thereafter that a coworker of mine shared with me about a particular angel book. And I just knew I needed to get that book. And it was from there that I got the book, loved it, started reading it. And then I went to hear the author speak locally in the San Francisco Bay Area. That's where I am. And And then just basically from there, that's how I learned about what she was doing with the angels, loved the class, had her sign my book. And then just other part of the story was I went to lunch after. It was just amazing. Like, I heard about this book, I'm reading it, the author's coming to town, like all these doors were opening for me. And then I heard her speak, had her sign my book, and I went to lunch. It was like at a New Living Expo back in 99. And I went to lunch and I was hearing within my mind, my angels talking to me.
Wow.
Essentially, my ears mind, but they were saying, go back and talk to her.
Wow.
And I thought, I just talked to her. Why would I go back? I'm like thinking in my mind, and they're talking to me back. You need to go back to talk to her. It was just amazing. And so I listened because it was such strong guidance, like some of the most strongest guidance I've ever gotten in my life. And I went back to talk to this woman, and then she shared with me about an upcoming workshop she had in Orange County in a couple of weeks. And so I just knew I was meant to go.
That is so cool.
Yeah. And then from there, I learned about her certification training. And that's when I originally got certified that same year in 1999.
Oh my gosh. And look at that, and here you are.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I just wanted to share like all the origins of how I got on this path. And of course, the support of my family is huge too. Really supporting spirituality and my path. And
it's amazing.
Yeah.
I love hearing that.
Isn't it cool?
That. Yes. I always love hearing people's origins. So that's wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I know you work with women.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about, you have a women's group on Facebook where we're going to talk about that.
Yes.
And I also work with women. So this is great.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And I would love for you to share some of the things that you find that the biggest challenges that women struggle with the most.
Yes. Thank you for asking that, because that's an important thing, right? I would say oftentimes it is a lot of women are having being challenged with fears, stress, and worries. Right? We can relate to that, right?
I can relate to that.
Yes, and I can relate to it too. And it's, because I'm human still, right? Of course I'm still human, but I'm human in a human body. But, fear, stress, and worries, I feel, are one of the biggest challenges of so many of the women that I support. And that can be a struggle at times, especially if there's something really intense going on and it takes them away from being fully present to being on purpose. Right. And it's easy to get off track when you're feeling so stressed out and worried. So that's one of the areas that I support women with the angels. And that's something we'll be talking about later in our interview today, about ways you can shift that energy.
I love it.
With them. Yes. So fear, stress, and worries is one of the challenges. Also, really, a lot of them feel afraid of really being fully, authentically who they are. Right. Afraid to really speak their truth because they're worrying about being judged. For their beliefs or for their spiritual, beliefs, or even just feeling in general, like, I don't know if I can really share who I really am, because how is it going to be received?
Right. Oh, I totally understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, and I started realizing it wasn't just me that was worried about like the whole visibility thing, as a photographer, I love putting everyone else in front of the camera. And then I started learning in business, people want to know who owns that business. You have to start getting in front of the camera. You need to start being in pictures. You need to start being in front of getting in live video. And that's been a huge challenge for me, but I'm stepping into it and I'm doing it more and more, but fear still comes up all the time.
Yes, I hear you. And that's one of the fears too for women who are entrepreneurs. Some of them are stressed about going live and, being out there with what they're up to in the world. And so I help them with that too. Also, I would say decision making and making powerful choices and decisions, and helping them to tap into being divinely guided with the angels as to what is the best decision for them. What is going to support them the most with a decision that they make, so they can release feeling confused and uncertain about their right next steps. So that's one of the things that I empower women with as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I hope I didn't just mute you. I just muted me, but
it was just you. I think it wasn't me.
I could hear my husband and my son talking. I'm like, oh no.
I know, it's all good. Don't worry about it. I couldn't hear it.
Okay, good. Perfect.
I have noticed that sometimes I hear there's background at my house and I'm thinking that your others are hearing it and they're not.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good.
Yeah, so just to conclude what I was saying, I feel like a lot of the women that I support, they're looking for guidance and making choices and they want to feel more certain and supported, and just to break free from stress, worries, and anxiety, because they really want to have more inner peace, right? Because that's the ultimate gift, right? To have inner peace.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just being able to access that whenever you need to.
Exactly. Be able to access that whenever you need to, and also being able to maintain their peace, also to help them to feel more confident as they bring their gifts to the world and whatever it is they're being guided to do on their purpose.
Okay. I totally agree with you. So
yes.
Now where your specialty comes in is the angels. So how do the angels play a role in this?
Yes. So how do the angels play a role in this? The angels play a role in this because they are available to help us with anything and everything I've already talked about. We've already talked about today.
Yeah.
They are completely loving. They do not judge us. And where I come from, Shell, with the angels is from a very non-denominational place. Mm-hmm. I believe you don't need to follow a particular religion or spiritual path in order to work with the angels, although the angels are in all the major religions of the world. But ultimately, they are here to help all of us no matter what. They want to help us to be more at peace and more on purpose. And the number one reason is they help us to have more peace of mind, is because then we can be more on purpose. Then we can shine our light. Then we can do what we're meant to do here in this world and bring the gifts that we're here to bring, and to really be present within our lives with our family and our friends and our coworkers or clients, whoever we're working with.
Yes. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Great. That's great.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You're a great resource for women who would like to tap into this, and maybe they're already on this journey.
It could be.
Maybe they're not. So maybe this is sparking something, and whoever's watching right now might be like, oh, this sounds like a really calming way, a way to calm down, but also tap into my spirituality.
Yes.
Further. So
yes, and your authentic self.
Yes.
And feeling safe and confident and protected in being your authentic self.
Yes.
Because I feel a lot of us, especially in these uncertain times, because we want to definitely note that we've been living in unprecedented times.
Yes.
So stress and worries and anxieties have been at an all-time high. So really, we need this amazing realm of the angels, the divine messengers of God, even more.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. It's being able to kind of step away and kind of realize it's all going to be okay, because when you're in it, and it can feel really overwhelming.
It's so true. It's so true. It can feel overwhelming, and they help us to release overwhelm and stress.
Yeah.
And later on in the interview, like I said, I'll bring through a little experience so you can get a sense of what that's like. Like I brought you through an experience before we started the interview today.
If you are watching, please stay to the end so you can just tap into this, because it's just so calming.
Yes, it is. Yes.
So I feel like you've already touched on this, but do you want to talk a little bit about why you're so passionate about women and connecting them with the angels?
Yes. The number one reason I'm so passionate about bringing the angels to women to help them to thrive more in their lives is because I have received so many blessings from the angels in my own personal life, which has really helped me on so many levels in all areas of my life. So I am so passionate to bring these blessings to more women. And in my own journey, I have experienced something that all women should know and that they could also experience, right? Especially us who are entrepreneurs, or even women that are on their career paths, right? I have been able to shift and learn how to release my fear, stress, and worries by calling on the angels to help me, so I can release those worries and I can be even more on purpose and of service, and also to be more present with my family, because I think that's an important element to talk about also, right? To help us, especially as parents, because we're both moms of teens.
Yes.
Teen sons.
Yep.
And they help with that too. And also, it's great to call on the angels to be with your child when you drop them off at school, or when they go off with their friends or whatever, because we can worry as moms.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So there's so many ways the angels can help. And also ultimately, Shell, I really want to help women to release suffering and struggling. And I really have a passion to help women to be free, to feel loved, supported, happy, and really at peace, and also psyched up for their lives and for their life purpose. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And
great.
it's just so good. And as I do all of this, as I receive the support and I share the support with women, and that really is our birthright blessing to receive all this amazing, unlimited support from the angelic realm, which is available to everyone all the time, 365, 24/7. It's incredible.
It's so great. It's
Yes.
so great. And
Yes.
such a great reminder. I mean, I'm the kind of person that like my son, my oldest does drive. And so I'll like surround his car with white light and just,
Perfect.
when he's driving or when I'm driving. And I have a friend who says she'll send the angels ahead. Like when she's going on a trip, she'll be like, they're going to clear the path and everything's going to be just great. So I've
Yes.
adopted that from her, but it's
Isn't
just,
that great?
it's just it's just like, why not? Why wouldn't we tap into
Exactly. Why
that?
not?
And it is such a great way to feel supported and calm.
Exactly. Exactly. It's so good.
All right.
Yes.
So are you ready to share your 5 angelic ways to address uncertainty, stress, and anxiety?
Yes. Yes. I would love to do that. Right. And to share those, because so many of us have been feeling stressed out and worried and pushed on some level to the edge during these last couple years, right, Shell? I think so many of us can identify with that, and knowing that we're not alone, you're not alone, that we've been living in unprecedented times, as I was shared earlier, as we all know, right? And you might be doing everything you can to do to be resilient, right? And these are wonderful ways in which you can access the power of divine support with the angels, as well as your miraculous blessings that are available to you to help you with all the areas of your life that you have any concerns in, or worries, or stress. Isn't that exciting?
Really great. Yeah.
To receive them? Yes, yes. So let us tap into that. I just need to get to that part of my share. Yes. Okay. So let's talk about what those ways are and how the angels can support us to release. So the number one angelic way to become more calm, right, and release stress, fears, and worries is to really identify, Shell, what is stressing you out. Because sometimes it could be a number of things, but maybe it's more one particular thing that really is making you anxious, stressed out, and worried. It could even be, maybe it's a couple things in particular that are stressing up, but I feel like taking the time to get into a centered place to identify, could even be journaling, what's up for you. And then the next step is to access this amazing realm of the angels, the divine messengers of God, here to help all of us, to ask for their help, because it is actually an essential step to literally give the divine permission to help us, because we have free will.
Yes.
Right.
And we can say, there's some people are more comfortable with the word God. Some people say universe,
Yes.
some people say source, some people say divine. So you can put in whatever word feels right.
Yes. Okay. Absolutely. Yes. You can put it in whatever word that feels right. Because you're right. Some people resonate more with God or source or universe or guides. Angels, ascended masters, call upon whichever divine realm or realms you feel most comfortable working with. Perfect. Right. So asking for their help. And you can do that in a meditative space or in a prayer, right? Within your mind, or you could say it out loud, just asking for that help. And then the third step, Shell, is to really lean into their support. Lean into their support, because they are here to uplift us. I feel that we learn in our culture so much. You can do it on your own. Do it on your own, but it's like, no, we're not meant to do life on our own. We were sent to this world with a divine team of angels, of the divine, and we need to access them. So just lean onto that support and know that you deserve it, that you are worthy.
Yes.
It.
So, you just remind me of something my grandma taught me when I was younger, which
what was that?
Her thing it just was an easy way to say it was she, when I'd be stressed out about something, she'd say, give it to God, give it to God. But, you can also say, give it to your angels, give it to,
Yes.
your guides. Just,
Yes.
you're not in this alone. Like you just said, you don't need to be doing this on your own. You
Exactly.
access that, you can give it up, and it's all going to be okay.
Exactly. You can give it up and it's all going to be okay. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Isn't that great? I mean, it's just reassuring to even just hear that, right?
Yes.
And then the next step is to, and I'll take us through a little experience with this, but it's really is to breathe in and out as you're calling the angels in to be with you to help clear the stress and clear the worry. So let's go into an experience, Shell. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Okay. So I invite each one of you, if you're listening now and you happen to be doing something else or you're present, but you want to just, I invite you to become even more present here in this moment. And let's just take a breath in, breathing in, exhaling out. I invite you to get into a position that's comfortable for you, whether you're resting or you're seated. And as we take in a new fresh breath in and exhale out, as we land in strongly present here and now, the next step as we call in the angels, thank you angels for being with each one of us right here, right now, for surrounding us with your love and your energy. And I invite you, ladies, to breathe in the energy and light as your angels are joining you right here, right now, enfolding and enveloping you in their wings of light and their white energy. And as you exhale out, I invite you to exhale out any particular stress or worry that is on your mind, letting that go. As you take in a new fresh breath in, breathing the light, breathing in the love that is here for you with your divine angels, your divine team. Exhaling out again, letting any of that heaviness be cleared from you. And let's do one more experiential breath in and exhale out as we just exhale out any other worry or stress from our minds, from our bodies, and allow our angels to take all that energy with our next breath in and exhale out, back up to source, back up to the light, to God, our creator, for cleansing, for purification, and for transmutation. And as you take in a new fresh breath in, dear sisters, breathing in and exhaling out, just noticing how you're feeling here in this moment from those beautiful divine breaths in and out with your angels, feeling held and supported on the surface where you are, trusting and knowing that all is well, you are safe. And through this clearing that you just did, you're bringing in the way for more peace and also for divine energy and for miracles and resources and guidance to come to you now with more clarity and grace. And we are so grateful. So as we take in a new fresh breath in and exhale out, we invite our dear guardian angels to rejoin us, surrounding us in their energy and their light. And we say, thank you, angels, for this beautiful clearing experience. And so it is. Taking in a new breath in, exhaling out. We'll do a slow count for 3 to 1, and then we'll come back more present here in this moment. Breathing in at 3, feeling yourself supported on the surface where you are. Exhaling out, pressing your body down into the surface where you are at 2, gently moving your fingers and your toes, coming back more present, and then stretching or moving in a way that's comfortable for you. And then 1, breath in, exhaling out. And I invite you to come back more present here in this moment, feeling resourced and guided and grateful. And that is an experience of clearing your energy as stress and worries with the angels. How are you feeling, Shell?
I feel great. I feel so just renewed, recharged.
Good. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And then let us know. We'll be putting in the recording here later, but let us know how that felt for you, ladies. And Shell and I will be going back in later to see what you're posting. That would be awesome to see.
Yes.
So good. And then just to complete that section, Shell, the 5th step is to know that you have the power of choice.
I love that.
Right? And we can choose to call upon and ask for help from the divine, and to open and to receive divine guidance, divine blessings and support in clearing our energy. It is so awesome.
That was wonderful. Yes, please do share how this affected you.
Yes.
And I want, Rachel, I would love for you to share how they can have more access to you.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Shell.
Yeah.
So you can have more access to me, ladies, in my Facebook group here on Facebook. And it is the Angel Sisterhood for Divinely Thriving Women.
Nice.
Yes, it's a great sisterhood. We're growing. We are now over 360 women in the group. And this group, will be putting in the link below the video. This group is all women supporting each other on our spiritual paths with the angels. And it's for women who are open and ready to receive divine guidance and support from the angelic realm, so that you can find a refuge to nourish your inner light and to really just feel the blessings of the angels together in sisterhood, and to feel really just like that you deserve to receive, you are worthy to receive your miraculous life and your divine birthright blessings with your angels by your side. Does that sound good? Together with other like-minded women.
That sounds wonderful. And I'm in there, and you are such an active leader.
Thank you.
You are in there a lot, supporting your women in there. So
thank you.
Really great. Yeah. I encourage anyone that resonated with this to click the link and join that group.
Yes, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, Rachel, it was so wonderful having you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to share your gifts with everyone.
Oh, you're welcome, Shell. And thank you so much for having me today, for interviewing me, for sharing this in your wonderful group of wonderful, amazing women thriving with you by their sides. And it is just so great and so uplifting. I love your group as well.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
You're welcome.
I'm going to close this out, but everyone who joined, take Rachel up on her offer, click her group, go in there, check it out. And thank you for watching this video and being a part of our little chat here.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Have a great, blessed day and many angel blessings.
Thank you.